All right, we're recording, Logan, if you want to kick us off.
Okay, so hello everybody and welcome to our On Fire Empire sneak peek into coaching. It's Monday night, June 26th. I can't believe this month is already almost over. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm Logan Underwood and I have been coaching for it'll be 2 years in September, and which is just flown by. So I'm just going to give us a little intro before we kind of start getting into more of the meat of the call tonight. But the leaders on my team and I, we're going to take turns kind of sharing different topics about coaching and really talking about, how to run a coaching business, but also how this business and this opportunity can completely change your life, whether it is just, getting into the best physical shape of your life and taking care of yourself mentally and emotionally, changing your lifestyle, making new friends, having support and accountability, or just being part of an incredibly uplifting team, or, really shooting for the stars and, deciding to use this opportunity to, change the future for your family's finances if you're needing a supplemental income or anything like that. There is just so much more to Beachbody than just the fact that we sell a really awesome shake. And so I hope that you all take a little piece of that away tonight. So like I said, I started with Beachbody back in the summer of 2015. And I'm not sure if all of you got our little sneak peek welcome packet. If you haven't got a copy of that, it's a little PDF that kind of goes over all of the details of what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you need a copy of that, make sure you reach out to your coach and we'll make sure that we send you a copy so that you can look over it in your own time. But towards the beginning of that packet, there is a little graphic that says, pick your path. And it says, your business means your rules. So the thing with being a coach is, you get to decide the amount of time and effort and everything that you put in to this business. You can join us. Anyone that joins as a coach automatically gets a 25% discount on their products. So if you're someone that already enjoys drinking Shakeology every month, and you want to save a little extra money there, and you know that you enjoy the lifestyle, you can join as a discount coach and just enjoy the discount. There's no penalties for, there's no certain minimums for people that you have to enroll or anything like that. I started as a discount coach. I started as a customer, fell in love with the lifestyle after 3 weeks, completed my first round of, 21-day fix. And even though I say I only lost 3 pounds, but it was a really big deal to me and a really big victory, because I was one of those people who tried every yo-yo diet, every crash diet, everything to try and lose weight. And nothing had worked in the past. I had never stuck with anything in the past. And within 3 weeks of being part of this community and using these products, I knew that I had finally found something that was honestly changing my life. And so, I took a leap of faith and I decided to join as a coach because I knew that I was going to keep drinking Shakeology, so you might as well get a discount, right? And so within a matter of weeks of continuing with the lifestyle, I had more friends and family asking me, because they could see that I was happier on the inside and it was reflecting on the outside. And I had people asking me what I was doing, because at that point I had not told a single soul other than my husband. And it was at that point that I kind of started transitioning into what we kind of consider a hobby coach. This might be someone who has a full-time job or, is just kind of coaching a little bit on the side. Maybe they want to cover the cost of their own Shakeology or bring in enough extra income for me, it was covering money for groceries or diapers or, our fun little trips to Target that we like to take all too frequently. And just by sharing, the things that had worked for me in my life with my family and my close friends, I was able to kind of start covering the cost of those little things. And over the course of a few months, and really kind of taking a really big step outside of my comfort zone, but I just felt this tug in my heart that I had found this incredible solution that I could feel was changing me from the inside out. And I just felt this obligation and this duty to pay it forward to those other moms out there that were feeling stuck like I was, uncomfortable in their postpartum bodies, not having energy to play with their babies. And so I started going more public with it. And this is when I transitioned into what we consider, a business builder coach. And, within a matter of months, we were covering the cost of my car payment. We're covering our mortgage. My student loans are completely paid off now. We're saving for our dream home. And it's just allowing our family to dream these really big, exciting dreams because of this opportunity. And it just becomes so effortless because I love this lifestyle so much that I can't not share it with everybody else. I feel like I found this secret sauce that, everybody needs in their life, because if I feel this good, then other moms deserve to feel this amazing too. So I just want you guys to know that, it does take work. It does. But I'm able to do this being a full-time mom and wife. I still work as a labor and delivery nurse, about once a week, but I fit it into those mom cracks, during those nap times before my kids wake up. And it's just one of those things that has kind of become a priority for our family, and it's allowing me to be home more, and hopefully we'll start bringing my husband home from the farm more to be with our family. That's one of our big ultimate visions with business. So those are kind of the three different levels of coaching that you can take. So just because you decide, that you're not ready to go completely all in and build a humongous business yet, doesn't mean that you won't get there in time. You can join at whatever level your comfort is. And we are here to love you and teach you everything that we know. Put it on your calendars. A week from today, we have our new coach training starting. So after this call, you're ready. We are ready to plug you into a brand new coach training and get you going. So I am going to transition over to Jordan, who is going to tell us, what is a coach? What does it take to be a coach?
Okay, sorry, had to get unmuted. Okay, my name, like Logan said, is Jordan, and I am also a nurse. I work at a prison. That's interesting. I have only been coaching since April 1st. That was my start date. And whenever I first started, I just joined, honestly, for the discount on my shakes. And I thought to myself, if I could just add 2, maybe 3 people just to cover the cost of my shake, that would be perfect for me. But then in my first month, honestly, I don't I know how I did it, yes, but I don't know how I did it. But I added 10 people to my team in the first month I was doing this. And so it turned into something a lot more for me, even in that first month. I went from thinking, I just want to make enough money to cover my shakes, to I want to go all the way with this. I don't want to be a nurse anymore. I love being a nurse, yes, but I don't want to do it anymore. I want to do this full time. I love helping people, so that can be the nursing part of it, I guess. I like helping people, so we're just going to help more people through Beachbody and getting fit and healthy and loving themselves again. So that's a little bit of why I joined. So I'm going to talk about what is a coach, okay? Because a lot of people get confused. When you mention the word coaching, a lot of people think, oh my gosh, I have to be a personal trainer. I have to be a nutritionist. I have to be a doctor, yada, yada. No, okay? You don't have to be any of that. You don't have to hardly do or know anything, okay? You just have to learn to love yourself, and then you can teach other people to love themselves, because really that is a huge bottom line to this whole thing, is to help people get back to where they were some time ago or where they want to be from their current state. Okay. So I heard someone say one time that coaching is a relationship building business. So that is huge for us, because technically, yes, you're going to start out with someone as it being a business transaction, okay? But very, very shortly after that, it turns into you loving that person, you investing, like time into that person. You're going to encourage them. You just have to help them on their personal journey. We basically get to help people by sharing what most of us are already doing on a daily basis. I work out for 30 minutes. I drink my shake every day, and I post on social media. Like, that was pretty much my life before I started coaching, and now I'm making money doing it, and I'm helping people do it too. Like, you can't beat it, right? I can't. So, like I said, I'll make it short and sweet. That's like the bottom line. You just have to love yourself, and you have to want to help people. And the thing is, you would not be here tonight if you don't have that in you. Like, if you don't have the drive to help other people, because that's what this is about, right? So you don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a nutritionist, and you don't have to be a fitness freaking fanatic. Like, work out 30 minutes a day, drink your shake, invite people to start a fitness journey, and you'll have it made. You'll be golden.
I love that, Jordan, because that was my biggest fear when Logan approached me about coaching, was because I was like, who in the world is going to want me to coach them? I have like all this weight to lose, and there's no one in the world who's going to want to sign up with me. So to introduce myself, my name is Leslie Sullivan, and I signed up with Logan a little over a year ago. I started coaching right out of the gate, you guys. But to be honest with you, when Logan approached me about coaching, I thought she was a little nuts. I had a lot of weight issues. I was struggling with depression and anxiety. I was struggling with emotional eating. I was drinking a lot of wine at night. I had issues, okay? And I was not qualified to coach anybody. Okay. But she saw value in me, and she believed in me. And I thank God that she did, because I'm sitting here a year later, very successful in my business, obviously, more financially stable, very happy and healthier than I've ever been in my whole life. I've lost almost 35 pounds. I've got completely off blood pressure meds. I like to tell Logan that she not only changed my life, saved my life. And now I get to do that by sharing my own story. And I do that because I've had things in my life, and I get to use those things for good. So, body has given me incredible purpose in life, and I kind of get to use it as a platform to share those things in the world, and I get to make me doing it. So it's an incredible opportunity. So tonight I'm going to talk to you guys about building a network. Network kind of sounds like an icky word, because we hear network marketing and it doesn't sound very nice. You guys are probably used to getting spammed by a lot of network companies, getting added to groups. You probably see a lot of network marketing in your news feed. What I like about Beachbody is we try to do it differently. Obviously not everyone is perfect at that. You've probably seen it done wrong, but that's not what we try to do, okay? So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that tonight. And I want you to know that I was terrified at the idea of sharing my journey on social media, okay? And if you're like me, probably when someone reached out and invited you tonight, you thought, oh my gosh, I could never share my journey on social media, right? Like, I don't even like selfies. How could I post a sweaty selfie on social media? And that was totally me, okay? Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I cared way too much about what people thought about me. I was the girl who noticed how many likes my photo got. I was the girl who would take down a post if it didn't get any likes. I was the girl who noticed if people commented on a post, okay? Obviously, that was a way bigger, deeper issue, but so I mean, I had like serious insecurities about posting my journey on social media, and here I was supposed to just start sharing about how I was coaching when I had all this weight to lose, and I thought people are gonna laugh at me, okay? Like, people are gonna think, like, who is this girl? The truth is, no one laughed at me, and most people were happy for me, inspired by me, proud of me, rooting me on, and it just made me more accountable, more inspired, and just more driven to reach my goals. I mean, I lost 20 pounds in the first 2 months, you guys, because I had the most incredible people on Facebook cheering me on, okay? So I want you guys to know that Beachbody doesn't expect you to spam your friends and family, okay? We don't expect you to copy and paste, hey, join my challenge group in, you know, messages or on social media. That's so icky. We don't want you to do that, okay? That is the last thing we want you to do. I know Jordan touched on it a little bit. It really is about personal relationships. And that was one of the things that helped me get over that fear of sharing, was because it was so personal. And the more I shared and the more I was vulnerable and the more I could be myself, there was like this power in that like vulnerability, if that makes sense. The more I was allowed to be myself, it was kind of freeing, you know, like people allowed me to be me, and I got to share about things that I was passionate about, not just fitness. My page isn't plastered with me like kissing my Shakeology cup or me telling everybody that Beachbody's on sale for $160, okay? Like, no, I'm talking about things that are passionate to me. I talk about life after divorce. I talk about how I struggled with depression. I talk about photography. I talk about being a farmer's wife. I talk about anxiety. I talk about co-parenting a lot. Those are things that are passionate to me. So what happens when I talk about those things? What do you guys think happens? I attract people who like those things too, okay? And so suddenly I'm starting to grow a network. I'm starting to build a brand, and that brand is me. That brand is me. It's not Beachbody, it's me. I'm growing a brand that's Leslie, and I'm trying to find the Leslies of a year ago. I'm trying to find the Leslies that are on the couch pouring a glass of wine or drinking a bottle of wine. The Leslies of a year ago that don't have the energy to play with their kids. The Leslies of a year ago that honestly were thinking way or you know, I don't know, like coping in very unhealthy ways, okay? That is who I'm trying to find. So are there times where it's scary to post? Absolutely. Okay, there's some of you in here who are in challenge groups already. Some of you already have transformation photos. Some of you are scared to post those on social media. But why do we do it? Why do we do it? I'll tell you why I did it. Do you think that was easy for me? Absolutely not. I was scared. I wanted to throw up, okay? But at the end of the day, what if Logan wouldn't have shared hers? What if Logan wouldn't have been brave enough to press post on that photo? Do you think it was easy for Logan? Do you think it was easy for Logan to post that before pic and that transformation photo? No, absolutely not. And it's never easy for any of us. But if she didn't do it, I'd still be on that couch. I'd still be miserable. I'd still be 40 pounds overweight. I'd still be on blood pressure meds. I'd probably be dying of cardiovascular disease. So I'm going to press post, even if it makes me want to throw up, because I don't want to hold someone else's future captive in my mouth. Does that make sense? Okay, so last, if I'm sharing my vulnerable self, I'm starting to build connections with people, and I'm starting to have conversations with them. And that starts to lead to real relationships. And I'm listening to people. I'm actually listening to my, to understand, not to just respond. And when I'm listening to understand and not just respond, I'm finding someone's real need. And when we do that, we invite people to join us. And when you invite people to join you on a health and fitness journey that has changed your life in this big of a way, it will never sound salesy. And I want you guys to understand that. It will never, ever sound salesy. And we're going to teach you exactly how to do that so that you never feel icky, you never feel gross, you never feel pushy, and you never feel like a salesperson. You just feel like you're helping people because you are. Because that's how we roll. That's how that's just who we are. We're going to teach you everything you need to know so that you can sleep well at night and you can wake up with a fire in your belly ready to go change more lives.
Absolutely. Thanks, Leslie. Is Liz on here?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I did it both.
Awesome. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. I know. Wanted to make sure I wasn't stepping on somebody's toes. Sorry. We were out. My sister got hired today for a brand new job, so we had to go do a impromptu celebration dinner. But anyways, I'm Haley, and I'm so excited you guys are here tonight. And I get to talk to you guys a little bit about how we get to earn and make this a business that is sustainable financially. A little bit about me. All through college, I tried every single type of weight loss book, weight loss pills, diuretics. I went to the gym for hours upon hours. I binged and I purged and I did everything I could do to try to lose weight and try to look like my roommates, try to look like my sorority sisters, and nothing worked. I was miserable. I had no energy because I was not fueling my body right. I got married, went on to grad school, and it was during my physical therapy schooling that I was at the heaviest I ever was. And about 2 months before graduation, I jumped in with P90X by myself, pirated copy. Well, I did it with my husband, but I didn't have a coach. We did P90X and we followed the meal plan, and I felt amazing. I got great results. And then I started my big girl career, and things kind of got put on the back burner. And then after our first baby, I decided that my heart was not in physical therapy anymore and decided to come home. We made a hard choice financially to make that work. And again, still just kind of piddling. And I was an infomercial junkie, so I had a lot of Beachbody programs. And then I got pregnant with my second little girl, 12 months when my first one was 1. So it happened really quickly. And after she was here, I kind of found myself going back into old habits. Or not going back, but definitely thinking about starting some bad habits up again. And I didn't feel like myself. I didn't recognize myself in the mirror. I didn't want my husband to touch me. I was eating crap. And I just knew something needed to change. I knew I needed something to get me out of the chair playing with my babies rather than just wishing for nap time. And that is when I reached out to my coach on social media and I said, okay, I need something. I need some accountability. And she said, hey, I've got a sneak peek coming up tomorrow. Why don't you join me and see what this coaching thing is about? And I said, okay. So it was actually a 5-day sneak peek. Day 2, I said, okay, I need some Shakeology and I need some accountability. Sign me up. And so signed up, started with P90X3. I wanted the discount on Shakeology because we were a single income family and I was trying to do all that I could to help that. And that night I had, I'm nursing my 7-week-old. So I had a lot of time on my hands and I kind of studied through all her sneak peek material and watched YouTube videos. And I thought, maybe I really could make this a business. And so I honestly, day 2, started right out of the gate and went for it. The best thing about it was that my husband was totally on board even before I was. So that's kind of how I got started. I signed up as a coach in April of 2015. So just a little over 2 years ago. And so much has changed. As far as the financial aspect of coaching, that was something that drew me to this business, something where I felt like I could be putting something on the table for our family. I studied for a long time for this career, in this degree that I had, and here I was staying at home. And so part of me really felt like I needed to be able to provide something for our family, take some of that stress off my husband. He never asked me to, but just, you just kind of feel like you want to have that purpose. And that's absolutely what this has given me, is a purpose to, beyond being a mom, but a purpose to help others. And so as a coach, right away, when you sign up, the first way you can earn is through commission. You make 25% commission off of anything you set people up with, anything you sell, whether it's Shakeology or a program, or we have challenge packs or any of our supplements, anything, 25% commission. And then you also, for a customer that stays on Shakeology, you get a residual commission each time their Shakeology goes through. Now, once you start forming a team below you, so once you start getting coaches on your team, there is a way to earn called Team Cycle Bonus. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details because it is a little bit confusing. There is a YouTube video in our sneak peek welcome packet that I encourage you guys to watch. But what happens is whenever you hit what is called Emerald, which is our very first rank as a coach, when you hit Emerald, we say you're opening your doors for business. That means you have 2 people who are on your team now. You've recruited, one of my first coaches was my husband and my best friend. So I was Emerald. And you qualify for this Team Cycle Bonus. And what this is where you are earning off of the production of your entire team below you. So it's not all on your shoulders. It's not all commission based. This is something that takes time to grow, but over time, this is where you are going to see the financial success. Especially in times of, we're all going to have those months and those periods that life happens and we need to, for whatever reason, not take a step back, but maybe not hit it quite as hard. Logan has been so sick her first trimester, and it's been hard for her to keep up with things, but because she has grown such an amazing team, she was still being able to bring in that consistent income to continue, like she said, saving for their house and paying off loans and whatnot. Same thing for me. I've had a couple months where we've been on vacation or, like I said, life happens. But when you have a team below you doing work as well, that's where that that commission comes in that's going to be consistent for you. There is something called Success Club in Beachbody. And what this is several years ago, Beachbody kind of looked at all their top coaches, tried to figure out what it was that all of them were doing that made their business successful. And they decided, once they looked at it, it was all of them were helping at least 3 new people each month get set up with a fitness program in Shakeology, whether they are a customer or a coach. And so they decided to come up with this term Success Club. For each person, you get 2 points. And so once you hit Success Club 5, you get perks such as Beachbody sends you fun things. Sometimes it's personal development webinars. Sometimes it's really cool backpacks that I'm hoping to use as a diaper bag. And it's just a great measure of how your business is growing and a direct reflection of the growth of your income. There's also a video in the packet that you can go watch more in depth on that. Whenever we start our new coach training, like Logan said on Monday, we will go more in depth on how to earn and go from there. You know, we have different ranks where the team cycle bonus increases as you increase in rank all the way up to diamond, and then it stays. But the gist of it is whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out. And I know not everyone wants to hit the ground running like I did and you know, make a business out of it right away. Maybe you're in it for the discount and see what's going to happen. Maybe you want to kind of help some of your family. That's great. But if you're willing to go all in and dream big and put some effort into it, what you get in return has no limits. It's huge. You know, this is something that last year I was able to bring in as much as I did as a full-time physical therapist by helping others on their health and fitness journey and helping me stay accountable to my own, which is absolutely incredible to me. You know, I mean, now I'm getting to spend time with my girls and I'm getting to bring an income in. I mean, I can't ask for anything better than that. But I think that is all I'm going to touch on earning. Look at your packet. There's like 3 videos that kind of go into more into depth. And then, like I said, when we get you started in our group next week, we'll dive in more into that then. So that's it for mine.
Now we're going to kick it over to Renee, and she is going to give us the details on how to get signed up as a coach.
Alrighty. Hi guys, I'm Renee, and I'll tell you a little bit about my story first before I tell you how to sign up. You kind of have heard a few of the ways to sign up already with some of the other girls' stories. I first started my very first Beachbody experience about 4 years ago. I had gotten the Insanity program from a friend, and it was insane for sure. I was overweight after having my son. I weighed 175 pounds. I ate horribly. I didn't exercise at all, and so I just started with Insanity. I modified everything. I mean, I couldn't do 2 jumping jacks, let alone, you know, a burpee. But I did it. I stuck with it. I was able to do it. Leslie actually did it with me because we had our babies around the same time. And so we did that program together. So I kind of had the accountability with her. I wasn't drinking Shakeology at the time. I just did the program on its own. We didn't really have a challenge group back then. But I lost 10 pounds. I went on to do T25. I think I did a couple rounds of that, and I think I lost about 30 pounds altogether, and within about a year or so. And I felt amazing. I mean, the programs work. They're awesome. I was eating healthier and feeling great. My husband was kind of doing it with me. And then we started trying for another baby, and I just did not have the accountability or the motivation to stick with it. I wanted to, and I wanted to have a fit pregnancy, but it just did not happen. And so fast forward to when my second son was about 1, And I had been watching Logan's journey and seeing her posts and how amazing she looked and felt. And, you know, I reached out to her a few times and just, you know, thought that she was doing amazing. And we had moved last April. And then as soon as we got moved in, I was like, okay, I've got to do something. So I, you know, brushed off the dust from my Insanity DVDs. And I started doing that for a couple weeks. And then Leslie had told me about this group that she joined and that she asked if I, you know, wanted to hop in it. And I was like, sure, why not? Like, I could use a little bit of extra motivation. And so I did. And within the first few days, I think that I had joined the group, Logan was running a Shakeology group. And so I was like, well, I'll try it out. You know, the expense of it had kind of deterred me before. And so I tried it. And literally, you guys, the first day I messaged her and was like, okay, so how do I sign up? Because I don't want to run out of shakes after one day of trying them. So I signed up with a challenge pack. I got the coach fee waived. It came along with the challenge pack. And so I kind of like Jordan, I wanted to try to, you know, reach 2 to 3 people a month to help cover the cost of the shakes, because I was also and still am a stay-at-home mom. And so I wanted to take that burden off of my husband. And then I think within the first week of signing up with my challenge pack, I made a like page and I was kind of like all in. I was like, well, forget about just the, you know, covering my shakes. Like, I want to help all the people because I feel amazing. And like, these things are awesome. And I have so much more energy and I'm not craving junk all the time anymore. And so it totally shifted. It's crazy how, you know, this group and these programs and superfoods like all can change so many things for you. But anyways, that's kind of part of my story. I've lost 20 pounds. I've maintained that weight loss. This is the longest I've ever stuck with anything in my life. I am turning 33 on Thursday, and I've had 2 children, and I've never been, you know, this in shape. I've never felt this good. I've never felt so supported in my journey either, with not just my family and my friends, but just, you know, our tribe. Like, it's just amazing and just like brings tears to my eyes because it's so awesome to have this group of women that, you know, will always have your back no matter what. So anyways, before I start bawling my eyes out, as a coach, to sign up, you can sign up with a challenge pack like many of us did. That way you can start your own health and fitness journey. You have all the tools that you need to reach your goals. And the coach fee is waived. And so you don't even have to pay the coach fee. Monthly, it's about a $16 fee to keep up with it. And that's really, really cheap for them to, you know, they are the ones that ship everything to your customers, and they're the ones that deal with all of that kind of stuff, and you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to hire, you know, an office assistant or something to do that. You don't have to keep product on hand or anything like that, which is really nice. And then you get 25% off of everything, which is amazing. And then, yeah, they handle customer service, which is definitely nice. And then if you already have a program and you already, you know, have something that you're doing, then you can sign up just as a coach for $40. The enrollment's $40. If, let's say that you've bought a challenge pack in the past, then you can enroll as a coach for the $40, but they will actually refund that if you've ever bought a challenge pack, which is really nice because, you know, they want you to be successful and they don't want you to have to pay extra than you do. And then I think those are really the only 2 ways to sign up as a coach. And like Logan said, you decide what kind of coach you want to be. Like, you decide whether you want to be a discount coach, whether you want to kind of be a hobby coach and get your feet wet and, you know, start to just share with maybe people around you or people that are asking you, or if you want to go all in. And it's not all or nothing. Like, some people start out, you know, just kind of flies on the walls. And, you know, a lot of people start out as discount coaches, and then they have family and friends that are asking what they're doing. And so then they share that. And then you start to kind of feel more comfortable talking to people. And then, you know, someday you might be this amazing rock star coach, like, everyone on our team who has, had these amazing results and who's shared their journey, whether they wanted to throw up or not, which all of us have when we share that first side by side. And it just is really amazing. It's something that I never really realized I was missing before. And I'm a former teacher, so it's funny because a lot of Beachbody coaches, I feel like, are former teachers or nurses because we want to help all the people. And, I did work with children before, but I'm helping in another way. And so it's kind of something that I've definitely loved doing and just want to continue doing forever. So.
Thanks, Renee. So just to sum up in kind of like one little quote that I heard, and I can't even remember where, but I have it just like written down in a notebook because it's the thing that I just keep coming back to all the time. The way to be an amazing coach is to, number one, be committed to your own health and fitness journey and just want to truly become your healthiest and happiest self. Number two, share that authentically with the world and just be real about it. All of a sudden, just because you're a coach, you don't have to be this perfect person on social media that eats everything perfectly and does their workout every day. Like, you don't have to be perfect because people don't relate to perfect. People relate to real. And so I try to share the mom crap or the fact that we ate donuts or, real life things. And then lastly, just have the heart to serve other people and help them truly succeed and reach their own goals, because I cannot impress upon you guys the joy that you will get in your heart from helping somebody else reach their goals. I feel like that's when it just truly comes full circle. And even if my journey didn't go anywhere beyond me and I was just, a super happy Logan, I cannot explain to you how much it's touched my heart when Leslie or Jordan or Renee or Liz or anyone on my team comes to me and tells me that I had a hand in changing their life. I just can't, you just can't put a price on that feeling, knowing that you have touched a life in such a significant way and in a way that trickles down generations, because we're not just changing one life, we're changing entire families. We're breaking the bonds of obesity and diabetes and heart disease and things that are just ravaging our country. And we are so blessed to be partnered with a company that believes in that so fiercely and gives us the most incredible tools to change people's lives, because we're talking fitness, nutrition, and peer support, and working on becoming a better person from the inside out. And if our country doesn't need that right now, then I don't know what we need, So the biggest thing, you guys, and the thing that hung me up in the beginning, I can vividly remember sitting on the couch in our living room with my husband and having a conversation. I had already been coaching for a couple months, and I told him, I was like, honey, I just feel like I'm sitting on this tipping point with coaching, and I'm either going to dive in and it's going to be something amazing, or I have to pull back. I'm at that tipping point where it's either or, and I don't know how many of you follow Leslie on social media, but she had the perfect quote today that I read right before I got on here about, ask yourself, listen to that tug in your heart. What does it say about joining or about checking this out? And, if the first answer is yes, that's your heart and you need to follow it. And the second answer that you're going to hear that makes you think twice about it is fear. And learning to not let my life be completely controlled by fear anymore is opening up every door and window that I never knew was there. I don't know if any of you have read the book Big Magic. It's by the same author who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, but she has a fantastic quote in there that talks about how it's okay to have fear. Fear is allowed to, I drive a minivan, fear is allowed to sit in your minivan with you, but fear is not allowed to drive the steering wheel, and fear is not allowed to sit in the passenger seat next to you and control the map and tell you which directions to drive. Fear has to sit all the way back in the back, because we all have that fear, but you can't let it control your life. And just allowing myself to believe in myself and put that fear aside and, dig into my team and just love on people every day, because that's what we get to do. Like, I cannot tell you how greatly this opportunity can change your life. So if you're on the fence about it, I hope that this sneak peek has kind of helped bring a little bit more clarity into what we do as coaches and what we get to share with other people. So we do have a little bit of time left. If anybody has any questions that we can answer while we're on live, you can feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or go ahead and type them over here in the side comments or anything. Or if any of the other leaders have any closing thoughts that they want to pop in with, feel free, because we have a couple extra minutes.
Okay, so I will break the silence. I have actually been a coach for a couple of, a month, I think. But I haven't signed up anybody as coaches. And so my thing, and Renee and Summer have been awesome in helping me with what to say and giving me kind of examples and stuff. But my thing is some people I don't know how to have people want to start as a coach rather than as a customer, because I've run into people saying that they don't have their own results, and they wouldn't know where to start with that, or why would they how could they be a coach when they don't have any experience in anything. And so I'm not really sure what to say to that. I sort of just kind of tell them I didn't really either, and for me, coaching is not, it's very, very different than other MLMs, Beachbody is. And so I feel it's really just sharing more about what you're doing versus you're not an expert. So kind of Jordan and Leslie said, but I don't know, I have a struggle with sounding disingenuous. I feel people only think that I'm posting about Shakeology because I want them to buy it, when in all reality, I told Summer, I haven't had my shakes for 3 weeks. I'm getting a bag tomorrow, and I feel it. I'm more angry because I'm more tired, and I'm more hungry because I don't have that meal replacement. And I want to share those things, but I just feel so salesy, and I don't know, I don't know. I should just.
It's okay. So going back to, signing people up as a coach when they don't quite have a transformation yet, that was me, which was why, my coach thankfully let me sign up as a customer, because I didn't sign up to join Beachbody with any intention of becoming a coach. And it was, within that first month of really kind of digging into my program and being in a group and being surrounded by the community, that the belief started to grow. And it was at that point that she presented me with the coaching opportunity, and I took it, for the discount. And it's obviously grown from there. But what I like to talk about, when I'm having the conversation with someone, when we're talking about whether they're going to sign up as a customer versus a coach, I like to tell them these are the two options. The main difference comes down to finances. And I just want you to know that even if you choose to sign up as a coach, if you're not ready to share that yet, that's okay, because our number one goal is to get you in my group and to get you feeling amazing and to just be my friend.
So do you give everybody the option of, like, you tell everybody coach or customer, like, so you always give them that option? Because I think maybe that's more, and Renee said that too, like, she always gives the option of, I mean, even if it's just discount coach, like Jordan said. So you always just give that option, regardless.
Coaches do it differently, but that's the way that I usually do it. And a lot of people, you know, will choose the discount option because they like to save money. But I just like to remind them, like, there's no pressure. Like, you're not joining this and all of a sudden I'm going to be harping on you about, you know, needing to make so many sales or anything. Like, we are focusing on you and your journey, and we're going to get you feeling amazing, and you're just going to make it
with, like, because I mean, you have like a much bigger team than obviously I do, but like, how do you keep track of, because like Summer we were talking last week, and she's like was sending out cute little cards to some of her challengers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I probably should do that, but like I just forget. Like I check in with them, but I just forget. So do you just like have like a filing system or like something where?
Yeah, we have a lot of different tracking systems that you can use, and we're going to go over all of this stuff in our...
Oh, this is probably more for, like, I should ask later.
Oh, that's fine. No, it's fine. But we're going to go over all of it, all of this kind of, like, detail stuff, how to track your business, how to make sure, you know, you're growing effectively. We're going to cover all of that next week.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. I'll make sure that I'm on that one then, because those are probably the things that I've been asking about.
And something that I think is so genuine to Beachbody is that all of us on this screen right now run our businesses differently. There's not two of us on here that do exactly the same thing every day, that keep track of people the exact same way, that invite people the exact same way, that do our social media the exact same way. You can truly be you and be successful. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do what Logan does. We have the tools to show you what has worked for us. We have the tools to show you what has worked for several on our team, but that doesn't mean that it's our way or the highway. This is where you get, like Leslie said, you get to be yourself. And how cool is that we are able to truly 100% be ourselves and all of us be successful. You know, we all have interest in different things. We all, you know, not all of us are stay-at-home moms. Not all of us are nurses. Not all of us are military wives. We're all very different. And so I think that is one of the things that has amazed me the most over the last 2 years, is just seeing the success in so many different type of people. That is not, you don't have to fit into a certain box to have success physically, have success financially, mentally, whatever it is. And I think that's the beauty in it all, is that you don't have to change a single thing. And Debbie, back to you said, I know there's probably some of you on here thinking, well, I think maybe that's something I'd like to do once I get started and I have that transformation to show people. And I can say I felt the same way. Like I said, I signed up as a coach right away, but I wasn't thinking I was going to do much until I had my transformation. And the thing about it is that this is not a, hey, come look at me journey. I'm doing everything perfect, and these were my results, and this is what you should do. It's a, hey, I am stuck in this place that kind of sucks right now, and maybe you are too. Let's do this together. And I'm going to show you what I'm learning, and you can show me what you're learning. And I'm just going to share with you what's working. I'm going to share with you what's not working. I'm going to share with you my struggles. And that's the beauty in it, is that, you know, this whole thing, people don't like perfect. People don't want they get turned off from perfect because they feel like it's unattainable, because let's be honest, it is, right? And so, for those of you that I know there are some of you on here thinking, oh, well, I'm going to wait until I get my transformation and then kind of feel it out. The best thing I think I ever did was just go for it and have people join me along the way. Let me read this to you. There are several successful coaches that continue to do CrossFit or, yoga, their studio or whatever, and incorporate our workouts on the days they can't make it there. In fact, one of our uplines in our bigger team, she's very big into CrossFit, and that is a huge part of her community and who she networks to, because let's be honest, Shakeology is going to be incredible for everybody, right? And so, that's something too. You don't discount the people that you feel like already have their workouts going strong and they're runners and they do CrossFit or they go swimming every day. Like, there's something about this community, something about the Beachbody product, something about you that is going to help them excel even more than they already are. So we definitely don't advise against that. Obviously, being a product of the product is what we call it, using our programs and drinking the shake, it definitely makes it where we can talk about it a little bit more. But you guys, Shakeology is like the backbone to what we do. And like I said, everybody's going to benefit from that. So it's not something you need to be worried about if that's a concern, Casey. Okay, so that was my little spiel. Any more questions before we close it out? No, y'all are awesome. And it's been a long time since we've done one of these, and I think we need to do them more often. It gets me fired up and excited about what we're doing. Thank you guys so much for taking the time tonight from your families and hanging out with us. And I hope you got a glimpse into what it's like to be a part of On Fire Empire. And I'm really excited to see some of your faces on our team page soon and get you plugged into the new coach training right away, get you started off right. If no one has any questions, we're going to go ahead and close it out. I know you'll probably think of some later. Please message whoever invited you to this, and we are always welcome to answer questions. I know there's going to be things come up that you're concerned about or wondering about, didn't get mentioned on this, so please reach out. Anything else, y'all?
I think so. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys.
Yes.
It means a lot to us, and we hope to see you on the team really soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Good night, guys.